Could YOLO and meditate. I mean, I think I'm supposed to. YOLO. Counterspell. Arcane Denial. MLecce isn't going to work. I mean, it's okay. Okay, welcome back to another Premodern video. This is a donation deck from Andy. Andy wanted to see an iteration that he's been working on of Frantic Storm. And although Andy concedes that it is probably not as good as Mono Blue, Andy would like to do some sweet stuff. So I am here for the sweet stuff. Sweet stuff being Wild Growth, Nostalgic Dreams, and Hunting Pack. Hunting Pack, if you haven't seen, is an old Storm card that makes 4/4s. Very expensive, but it is instant speed. And of course, it's green, double green. Nostalgic Dreams is a graveyard recursion card. 2 green. You have to additionally discard X cards, and you can return X cards from your graveyard. Then, of course, we have Wild Growth, which is good with our untap effects, Cloud of Faeries, and Snap. We have the usual cost reducers. We've got plenty of islands. And it looks like our plan A is to make quick 4/4s. But we do also have a Brainfreeze that we can find, of course, with Merchant Scroll if we go off particularly hard. I do have some concerns. However, Andy has asked me to play the list as is. Typically not something I'm going to do if there are major issues and plentiful issues as well. I do see issues. Some of it is just as a result of playing green, but probably the biggest issue that I see is the non-bow between Meditate and Hunting Pack. I know Andy has said the plan is to cast 0 to 1 Meditate for the Hunting Pack plan, and then you can go harder on it if you're going to try to brain freeze them. The issue is you're not always going to know the answer to that, and you're going to have to make a choice. Do I dish Hunting Pack and try to get there on brain freeze? Do I not? Playing 3 Meditate means you're very often going to have one. And often enough, especially drawing as many cards as this deck does, you're going to wind up with multiple. And you can't, if you've already used one, and in the event that that's not enough for you to lose, you can't really use 2. Which, I mean, Meditate is like the core of this deck. If I weren't playing Meditate, I would probably be, or if I were trying this, I would play 1 to 2 Meditate. I would probably be leaning more on Deep Analysis, especially because it's good with Nostalgic Dreams. But I'm not going to get too into what I would change, because we're playing it as is. Or I guess one more thing, I think 3 Nostalgic Dreams is pretty steep. But we're going to be doing the same type of thing this deck always does. A lot of fun. Try to get your mana underneath you, get a cost reducer. Between Wild Growth and Faeries Isle, you don't always need a cost reducer, but eventually you find it, hopefully, and really pop off. On the sideboard, of course, we have some Arcane Denials. We have more Brain Freezes, so that if we come off the Hunting Pack plan, we have access to more Brain Freezes. Got some Hydroblast for red decks, various bounce spells, Xanad Swarm to help against blue. I think I would just rather play a Chain of Vapor. I guess there's some concern with our Medallion, but I still think it would be better to play a Chain of Vapor, but I'm going to leave the unsummon. What kills me is I can't grab the original art. Unsummon was in the original set, but on Moto is like the closest I can get to old bordered, you know. There's a number of cards on Moto where you can't get like the Alpha Beta revised, and the only black bordered, old bordered you can get is 7th edition foil. Correct me if I'm wrong, 7th edition is white bordered, and so is the non-foil one. but there is a Blackbird option, but the only option is foil. And I don't think it actually exists normally. It's only on the God account, or like when they do the temporary God accounts for everyone. You get some cards that like just literally aren't on the market, but are kind of in the program. But I digress. Just know that I'm deeply troubled by this unsummon. And not to, I mean, I know I went over some things that I think are maybe a little sketchy, but I don't want to make it seem like the deck is poorly built. Because I do think it will, for the most part, operate reasonably well. So let's get out there and get storming. Thanks again to Andy. I am always stoked about these Premodern donos because I want to keep playing this format, and this is a way to allow me to keep spending my time doing that. So if you want to see more Premodern content, send it, force my hand, and let's get after it. You can check in the description as to how you can do that. See you in round 1. Okay, here we go. Round 1 against Ale Axe 95. We're on the draw. We've got a keepable hand, so let's run it. Swamp Dark Red. That's rough. That's going to be a hippie. Okay, maybe not. Didn't think I'd be happy to see a duress, but here we are. Almost definitely taking Sapphire Medallion. Carnophage. Carnophage. Coming in hot. Think I want to opt on 1. They take 2. Then turn 2, I can go Forest, Wild Growth, and use my island. Hit by Cabal Therapy. Let it go. They probably name Merchant Scroll. If they want to name Opt so that I can't cast it this turn, that's fine too. Yep, they hit Merchant Scroll. We will opt. Another Slight. Do we have time for Slight? I'm not sure that we do. Meditate, okay. Hunting Pack. Yeah, let's go Forest, Wild Growth, Light a Hand, because we had another Wild Growth, I can cast it. I don't hate the Helm. They only have 1 card left. Getting in for another 4. Another Duress, jeez, man. I mean, this was one hell of a start from them. Writ, Duress, 2 2/2s into discard, discard on the play. We took the Meditate, okay. Another Hunting Pack, that's not good. I will play my Helm out. We have 2, 4, 6. Still need 2 mana. Only have a couple turns here. Cloud of Faeries. I think that makes 2 4/4s, right? We have 2 4. We go down to 3. We go back up to 5 6. Nice. And we get a Cloud of Faeries. It's not bad. I think this will pretty easily win the game, honestly. And they're also taking 2 every turn. Well, I mean, I was surprised they didn't take the Hunting Pack instead of the Meditate, but I suppose it's reasonable. We did wind up drawing another Hunting Pack anyways. Zombie Trailblazer? The 2/2, tap and untap zombie you control, target land becomes a swamp. Oh, they just tapped their things instead of taking 2 damage. Really? Interesting. Let's cast the Sleight of Hand. Opt. And they can give some Swamp Walk nonsense with this as well. I'll cast the Opt. Frantic is great for next turn. I mean, I think it would have been a lot better to just take 2 life and then double block one of the 4/4s. I attack with both. Attack with the Cloud of Faeries as well. Alright, they go to 9. They have a kill spell. They can hit us for 6. We'd wind up going to 1. Then they'd also have to have a discard spell, which I think it's obvious they don't have. Alright, what are they going to do with these Carnophages? They're going to take the 2 damage. Lord of the Undead. Other zombies you control get +1/+1. You can bring a zombie back. They can't do the Swamp Walk thing. They can, but they'd have to tap 2 zombies. And then they don't have lethal. We might still be dying, though. That was a very good draw from them. Okay. What do we draw? I'm going to turn my island into a swamp. I just make 4/4s in response. 2, 3, 4. Go down to 2. 4, 5, 6. I'll have enough. Alright, cast this Frantic. Get rid of these. Untap these. Cast another Hunting Pack. Let's see, now we have 2 more 4/4s. Becomes a swamp. It's only till end of turn. Faeries Isle. Not going to be of use. So if I swing out, they can jump a beast. Take 5. I think I can just attack with 1 beast and Cloud of Fairies. Leave back 3 beasts. They draw a zombie. Then I'm just dead anyways. Because they can tap that and another, and then they have... Well, not if I attack with all 3 of these. But if I attack with all 3 of these, they can jump with Carnophage, take 5, go to 2, leave Carnophage untapped. Then what does a zombie do? Then they can only get in for 6. And they still can't Alpha Strike. Alright, I think it's all of them. I guess a removal spell... I think a removal spell is an issue either way. They don't even want to take a draw step. Okay. Or they wouldn't even have to jump. They could double block and trade favorably, rather. But I don't think it would be relevant either way. Because we'd be dying on their turn or not. That was super close and pretty sweet, honestly. I think I want Hunting Pack. The reason that we just saw. Brainfreeze takes more resources. Because you gotta chain a lot of spells together. Maybe Arcane Denial in the play, but still probably not. Most of their stuff is 1 mana. Unsummon's not the worst. But I don't love it. Like, they're not really gonna have much in the way of hate pieces. Any hate that they would have would be like graveyard hate. I guess I can... From a Nostalgic Dreams. For one of these unsummons. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, this is a 1-lander. It also takes a beating by discard. Mulliganing is really bad against discard too, but I think I'm required to mulligan this. Okay, this also isn't great, but I'm gonna keep it. Bottom one of these islands. They keep on 7 and have a Dark Red start. Dark Red Duress. Hit the Wild Growth, play a... I lose 1 life for each zombie on the battlefield. That's pretty scary, honestly. Play an island. Card is exponential. 2 of them. So it is each player. It is what it says. Okay. Bad Moon. Yep. Might as well just attack with them this turn. Sure. Light of Hand. Could try and end step meditate. What are the odds that we die? Probably pretty high. Especially because if we wind up making 4/4s, they can still kill us with these shepherds. I think I'm supposed to sleight of hand. Cloud of Fairies, Frantic. That's not great. We really need a medallion. I would also take a Helm. Alright, we go to 10. Could cycle Cloud of Fairies. I don't think I should. I think the meditate line was reasonable. But we'd be committed to Brainfreeze. Say this, you may attractively lose life equal to the number of zombies. Okay. It's cute. Okay. I think we're pretty dead. Brainfreeze. Fine. We're on Impulse. Let's cast the Impulse. No cost reducer. I feel like I have to take a land here. And have to rip a cost reducer. I don't think I can afford to cycle. We just have to hit it this turn. If we don't die, that is. Withered Wretch. That is annoying. Because now Brainfreeze is not a thing, so I think we're just dead. Yeah. Yep. Maybe for that reason I should play a second Brainfreeze. From one of the dreams. Or another one of the dreams. Could play Arcane Denial on the play. On a turn 1 play, though. Well, instead of playing Unsummon and Rushing River, I think I'm just going to play these Brainfreezes of a higher density of threats. Either that or play Arcane Denial. Denial doesn't seem great. Okay. High density of cantrips. I do like that. I don't like the fact that what we want to find is a cost reducer. Like, I'd rather have an opt here, so I could end step it. Otherwise, I slight for 1, and then they can just take it. So I guess I'm trying to hit a land drop with it instead. Or like find a land, and hope we draw a medallion. I do think I'm supposed to cast it, it's just, it is awkward. Alright, we found an island. Rather have found a forest, but I only have one of those in the deck. Archamancy. Snap is pretty good against that. I think I'm still gonna cast Slight. Yeah, there's the medallion. The island and pass. Getting in for 2. Hoping for no discard here. Immediate discard. Goodbye, Sapphire. Arnophage, sure. Yavimaya Coast. I think I'm chilling. I need all the storm I can get. Like, one way to win this is drawing a 3rd Brainfreeze. I would still need another spell at least, though. Possible I should just be snapping this thing. But I think I'm going to take a hit. We did draw 3rd Brainfreeze. Interesting. Right now, maximum, it's 12. So I think I still want to hold the snap. If I find some sort of cantrip, I could easily get enough brain freezing. No way, dude. No way. I guess I can cast 2 of my brain freezes, and then maybe they don't name brain freeze. Probably cast snap as well. Pretty brutal. Snap, brain freeze, brain freeze. I could flash it back if they want. And it would take an insane draw here to pull this off either way. They know about the wild growth. Darkomancy. Not going to take my other brain freeze. That's all we got. Sapphire. Crazy for sex. Yeah, that was rough. I mean, their game 1 and 2 was insane. They were both dark writ, discard, threats on a 7-card hand. Kind of crazy that we even won game 1. And then this, our cantrips didn't line up. We would have been in a lot better shape if we had opt, as opposed to sleight of hand. Or if we faded discard spell that turn, it would have been really close. See you in round 2. Alright, round 2, we're on the plugins. MLecce? Less? I will keep. It's 1 lander, but we got a bunch of cantrips. So we should be able to find 2nd land. We already have a Helm, which is nice. And I will just hold up this opt. Reason being, as opposed to casting Slight, is I get information as to what they're doing before I make my choice on my cantrip. Island Mox. Altar of Dementia. Interesting. I don't really know what that means, but I'm into it. I will say it probably means our Helm of Awakening is not something that we just want to run out. Feel like we'll die if we do that. Cast a Slight. Take the Cloud of Faeries. Play another island. And hold up this opt. They're going to portent us. Okay. I don't know about that one. They did not shuffle. They did order things in a certain way, so we can figure out they think they want us to draw. Another land. It does give them info as to what's in our hand based on what we do with this. We do already have land in hand, so we'll bottom that. There's another land. They draw their card. It was just 3 islands. Okay. Well, could try to go off here. We don't have too much resources, though. But I'm kind of afraid of what they're about to do. Especially if we give them a Helm. I'm going to pass. I think I want to get at least 1 card deeper. Going to be an Intuition. It is. Possible we're dead. It's a Tinker. Okay. Feel like I'm dead. Another Soul Land. Kind of excited because I've never actually played against the Tinker deck. I know there's a couple of them. Could potentially find a Rushing River. Bounce Altar. I don't know that that actually does anything though. I get Devourer. This can all be done at instant speed. I think we just get milled out here. It doesn't matter if I try to snap this. They just respond by doing what they're doing. I do get to see pretty much their whole deck though. They'll be able to mill us out. So they've got Parallax Tide, Stifle, Fence Grids, Anchor, Impulse, Portent. Of course, they have the Intuitions, Fisher's Factory. Alright, they have enough. They only have 8 cards themselves, but I have no way to make them draw cards. I guess, like, if I had enough mana, I could potentially brain freeze them and then meditate. That would be a sick line, but that's not going to happen. Alright, they got us. We could have tried to go for it, but we would not have gotten there. And not just out of, like, being unlucky. We didn't have very good odds of getting there if we went for it. Alright, I definitely want Arcane Denials. Brainfreeze messes with their combo because they won't be able to exile enough cards. Either just, like, full stop. They probably get some annoying, some sort of lock piece, something. I'll play Hercules. Seems decent. Play the Rushing River. Pretty much always trimming Nostalgic Dreams. I think 3 is just too heavy. And it's pretty hard to pull off post board at all. Problem is you do go down a card. So it takes some meditate setup, and a lot of times we're not doing meditate stuff. Like if you look at the list, the only way you go up cards is meditate. So not the best with like a short hunting pack plan. I think hunting pack is actually too slow. So I'm just gonna cut it and trim a snap. And I don't know, so I'm just gonna run it. I can keep this. Well-rounded, hopefully not too slow. More frantic. It's not great. Not great. Another land is not bad. Okay. Well, we get some casting Merchant Scroll. Face up, Arcane Denial is not the best. Might be an Impulse. Yeah, I just need to find a cost reducer. Got Island Ancient Tomb. That's pretty scary. Okay. I'm gonna play a land and pass. I have Frantics to panic. I need to find a counter. We also have Rushing River, which is not nothing. They're doing nothing. You feel like they have some sort of counter spell going on over there. For multiple of the cards that I want. Probably need Arcane Denial more, honestly. And there's fewer of them in my deck. I'd love to draw a cost reducer. I'll take a forest. Could use a Frantic. Don't think I want to. Not yet, at least. We know they have Tide in their deck. Arcane Denial is pretty good with dealing with. Okay. Take a draw step. Meditate. Interesting. Think I might end step a Frantic at this point. But let's see what they do here. Go ahead and cast Frantic. Land. Get rid of one land. And it's the Rushing River. Draw Wild Growth. I don't hate that. Cast it on my island. Play an island. Pass. They don't do anything. I might end step a Meditate. Intuition. Alright, we'll let this go. Get an altar. Mox. A lot of soul lands. Altar's fine. One sacrifice permanent, you gain 1 life. Also fine. Tinker. Not so fine. Retinker. You have 2 cards in hand. Make a creature. Alright. I'm gonna sack that. Going to Frantic. Oracles is interesting. I think I want to get rid of it though and try to just kill them right now. Meditate and Brainfreeze is pretty good here. Red Sapphire. Oracles. Untap the Wild Growth land. Island. Then I'm gonna meditate. Oh shit, right, that costs 3. Feeling like I have a cost reducer in play. Got the Frantic again. 7, 8, 9, 27 cards. We're just hoping it screws up their combo enough. Frantic again. Okay. Would have been nice to hit another Brain Freeze. Get rid of Sapphire. Meditate. Untap. Stuff. Cast. Meditate. We found another Arcane Denial. That's interesting. Now we don't really have anything. Also non-zero that Tinker just doesn't have a good target. Once we mill 30 cards, they're only going to have 14 cards left. Yeah, let's just freeze them. You could have Stifle. They do have one card left. Really? That's pretty incredible. Sure. They probably have enough here, especially since we only have 36 cards in our deck now. And they have 2 turns, so they can actually just kill us with this. Well, no. They have to sack it. Let them do their thing here. We Arcane Denial there. They have Stifle left. Their next draw would have been a land. Then we'd have this plus the next 2 cards. Or no. Yeah. And a Brainfreeze. Yeah, they still have 11 cards to work with here. What are the next 2 cards? Well, good luck figuring that out. Alright, we got. Rough. Hopefully we can get the rest of them. See you around 3. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links for bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. All right, round 3 against Hippies. On the play. Land, Constitucer, Cantrip, I will keep. Gotta find our second land. Play that Yavimaya Coast, then Slight. Alright, no land, but found another cantrip, so pretty darn high odds we'll find our second land. It looks like we probably won't be able to slam Sapphire. If I draw a land right now, I will. Heck yeah. Get in there. No whammies. Darkwater Catacombs. Ain't a Vapor. That's desperate. Oh. This is like probably Demir Stifle Knot. Okay. Let's opt. Wild Growth? I mean, I don't hate it, but I think I'd rather just have... Well, no, I'll take it. Put it on this island. Definitely a way to net mana with Frantic Search. Getting in with Factory. And then having no mana up. Bold choice. I can Nostalgic Dreams. There's a lot of stuff I can do. I think I Nostalgic Dreams the Medallion back. Discarding Rushing River. Done. Discard. Play another land. Play out the Medallion. And then see if we can get in there. Dust Bowl. That's pretty rough. Okay. Wait, what? It didn't hit the Wild Growth land. Oh, does it only hit non-basic? Sorry. Sure. Okay. Another Wild Growth is real nice, actually. Let's cast it on this island. We need our Meditate to hit a land. I don't want a Frantic first. Okay, we're in there. Let's play an island. Go for Frantic. Oh, we are in there. Get rid of the snap. Tap our lands. I just go for another Meditate. Okay, it's a lot of mana. Go Cloud of Faeries. Untap these. Go Helm. Scroll. Get our last Meditate. Cast it. Cast the Frantic. Read some lands. Untap my stuff. Let's cast the Cloud of Faeries. Why not? Untap these. Cast an Impulse. Get another Merchant Scroll. Go for another Frantic. Nostalgic Dreams, huh? Untap these. Alright, let's Nostalgic Dreams get back to Meditates. Discard Slight and Merchant Scroll. Then cast another Meditate. Cast another Meditate. I think they died. Bounce Cloud of Fairies. Play Cloud of Fairies. And that is more than enough storm. They said I'm going to take so many turns. Alright, let's just freeze them out here. Freeze. Freeze, dirtbag. Okay, so I think Hunting Pack is going to be really difficult to pull off. I think I'm okay trimming Nostalgic Dreams. Maybe even just removing entirely, but I'll leave one, I guess. This is Xanid Swarms and Arcane Denials. And Brain Freezes. I'm going to cut the Rushing River. I'm actually just going to cut the Nostalgic Dreams. I'm going to trim a Snap. And one of the Arcane well, I don't want to get hit by a Tide. Also don't want to flood on Arcane Denials. His hand is great. Getting Duressed? No. Gonna pass with this Opt. Standstill? No. Cast this Opt. I think we need to find some more land, so I'm gonna bottom this Frantic. Cast Light. They want to like hard cast the Daze, that's fine. Alright, find another land. I'd love a green source. Light again. Another island. Alright. Not the best, but at least we're not missing land drops. That would be worse. Need to find either a green source or at least an Arcane Denial. Eee, all 3 wild growths, huh? Okay. Let's gonna cast this Merchant Scroll. I'm just gonna go for Opt. There's cards that I would rather have. I just don't want them to know. I'd rather try and find it with Opt. As well as the fact that a green source would be a fine draw as well. Rishadan Port. Interesting. Maybe I don't know what's happening. Another scroll. Get ported, that's fine. Okay, that's a good draw. I will pass. Alright, they're doing nothing. Not mind. Another land drop. Preferably green. Got him. Alright. Let's get wild. Let's get wild. And we get wild. Yeah, let's get wild. I'll play Sapphire Medallion. No, I still have Arcane Denial up. I was gonna say, if they went to counter that, I wasn't gonna fight over it. But now we have 2, 3, 4.5 million mana. They've not seen our hand. Guess we let this go. They can always flash it back by sacking Factory if they want. They need Frantic Search. Okay. I mean, if they want to make that play, I'll probably let them. Looks like a no. Not a good draw. Go for Scroll here. Good YOLO and Meditate. I mean, I think I'm supposed to. YOLO. Counterspell. Arcane Denial. Mana Leak isn't gonna work. I mean, it's okay. Let's go. Hey, with green mana. Like it might be good enough, right? We wind up fizzling here. Doesn't look like we're fizzling. Let's play. I shouldn't have made that land drop yet. Let's just Frantic here. I don't need to get Helm in. We're already making so much mana with a Frantic. Those are not good. Discard those. And tap these. I think I actually want to cycle this. And I'll have 4 mana left. I can at least cast all these. 7, 8, 9. With Brainfreeze, we've cast 1 Meditate. They will get 2 turns. I'm going to cycle. Scroll is excellent. Okay. Well, let's cast that. And we just double Brainfreeze. 8, 9, and 10. Or can. Play the Xanid Swarm. And Freesia. Cool. Get to see more of what they were doing. Engineered Plague. I don't know about that one. Brought in a Brainfreeze. Reasonable. GG's. Haunting Echoes. Like, how are they actually killing? Just Factories and Brainfreeze. That's a bold plan. So this is actually just Psychadog and they took the Togs out? This feels like a really thin plan. Maybe just a weird sideboarding or... I don't know. But hey, we got one. We were 1 and 2. In round 4. In round 4 against Psychadog. See what they did there. We'll keep this hand, run the draw. Open on Wild Growth. Don't like double Nostalgic Dreams. Ravenous Rat. Well, I know what I'm discarding. And a Carnophage. Back to this one. Interesting draw. Guess I'll play that one. Okay, they take one. Got 2 cards. Another rat. Get rid of the other dreams. Go to 17. I'll play Yavimai Coast. I'll play out the Helm. And I will opt on end step and attempt to win the game. They've got 2 cards. Hopefully no targeted discard. Hopefully no discard at all. You go to 13. What do you got? Anything? Ball therapy. Okay. That kind of stinks. I'm definitely going to sack a rat for this one. Dream Halls. We'll just let it go. They're going to name Frantic. Yep. And cast this opt. Nap. Yeah, it's good mana, but we need action. Ooh, that would have been 2, 3, 4. Would have been perfect. That's pretty good too. So if I don't use Undiscovered Paradise, 3, I'll go to 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't have enough, so I gotta use this. Make blue, I guess. Doesn't really matter, we're just ditching whatever we draw here. Maybe a YOLO and Meditate if we hit. Merchant Scroll into Meditate. Or 2 4/4s. Honestly, 2 4/4s probably win. It's really tempting to YOLO. But I'm just going to make some 4/4s. 4, 5, 6. Here they come. They're going to tap their Carnophage. And scoop. Easy game. This is what happened in game 1 last time we played against this deck. Then we got wrecked. Once again, I want to cut Rushing River. Play another Brainfreeze. Got 2 Dreams. Play 2 Brainfreezes. And yes, Unsummon is probably better than Dreams. When they play Sarcomancy, bouncing that thing ain't bad. Faeries Isle. No other lands. I'm going to keep it just because of how much worse things get when you mulligan against these decks. Every time we play against them, they wind up with a Dark Ritual start. Priest of Gix, okay. Free 2/1. Cool. Into Hippie. Wow. Well, let's draw an island. That is going to have to do. Guess I pass. Do it in their attack phase. Play a Bad Moon. Sure. Bounces Hippie. Might be coming back next turn, though. There's an island. I think we gotta get this Faeries Isle in. Hopefully they don't have a 3rd land. They do. I mean, still got a reasonable chance here. My hand is pretty gassy if we can get this stuff into play. Alright, cool. We needed that. Opt is not bad either. And next turn we should be able to pop off pretty hard. We just gotta avoid a Duress or a Cabal Therapy. Why do they always have Duress on like the turn 4 that it would be best against us? It keeps happening. It happened with Cabal Therapy last time. I mean, it's possible they've had it and they've just been dropping threats instead, but I don't know. Took Merchant Scroll. Ugh. Also have Cabal Therapy? Well, they were definitely holding one of them. Okay. Now they get to hit Medallion. I mean, we still have Acceleration with our Teferi's Isle and Wild Growth. Oh, they took Brainfreeze. That's good for us. And they're not going to sack a dude. I mean, they're definitely going to attack first. They might sack one. I think they should. They do not. Alright, well, giving us a chance here. Don't need another Medallion. Snap is decent. Any action, though? Brainfreeze. Kind of action. Okay, let's go. I think we go Sapphire, Paradise, Wild Growth on Island. Use Island, play Cloud of Faeries. Net some mana. Snap our Cloud of Faeries. Net even more mana. And then cycle Cloud of Faeries. Hope to hit action. Sounds like the play to me. I don't think hitting another Brainfreeze is enough. I think it's gotta at least be like a cantrip. Okay. Cloud of Faeries. And Snap the Cloud of Faeries. Cycle using green. No, we did not really hit. We play this, we're turning off Frantic, but really we're not going to win unless we hit Merchant Scroll or Meditate anyways. Most likely. I mean, you could hold that. Hope you don't get discarded. And Frantic is technically then a reasonable draw. Okay. Bunch of discard, dark red, bunch of black threats. They're raging, etc. We go to 2. We're not going to have Teferi's Isle, but we do have 2 medallions. We still have this wild growth island. I guess the fact that we get to pick up Undiscovered Paradise is potentially a good thing here. If I draw Frantic, it won't be completely dead, but then we're Franticking with 1 land in play. It would net a mana. That could find Meditate and win. Alright, that's a hippie. Doesn't matter. What are we doing? Why? Name's Brainfreeze. Okay. They said nice earlier when they saw the Nostalgic Dreams or whatever it's called. And now they just said nice again. LOL. I'm dumb. It was the miss that we have no cards. Well, it's a Brainfreeze. Which could potentially do something if we had Deep Analysis in our deck. Okay. Wait. Forgot to cut the hunting packs? I totally thought I cut these. Oh, no. I don't want to. I just, for whatever reason, my brain was in the mode that we're not playing these. I think because we brought in the brain freezes, but that's just because Nostalgic Dreams is really bad against discard. You would think, because it's bringing stuff back from the graveyard, it's good, but it goes down a card to do so. Which is definitely the problem with the card. Like I said, it could be reasonable if you had Deep Analysis. We want Arcane Denial in the play. I think we did it last time. Probably better than, well, Unsummon's good against Hippie. Kind of. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it like this. Alright, we get to be on the play, and once again we have a 1-lander. I think this happened in Game 3 last time as well. Keep it if it had a cantrip, but I'm going to mulligan. And is better. And just like last time, I'd rather this be an opt. Already have my coast. Do I even cast Sleight of Hand? I don't think I do. Because the card that I want, I don't... if I get it, it's going to get discarded. Very likely to, at least. I'd rather use the Impulse to find a cost reducer. Alright. Another Sleight. And if they want to duress the Impulse, I guess that's fine. Bad Moon. They must have Hippies in their hand. Like, Priest into Hippie. No other reason why this hand would be worth it, in my opinion. Still probably not worth it. Okay, we didn't find a cost reducer. We did find another land, though. I will take that. And we've got some more looks at a cost reducer. We've got a look at a cost reducer, or 2 looks. Faeries Isle is going to take a bit. Like, I still want it, though. I could hold it and then just use it, like, on the turn that I go off, but I think it's going to take me a couple turns anyways. Here's the Priest. Comes the Hippie. Told you. Scroll for a bounce spell and bounce the Hippie. Feels a lot like getting hit by a Hippie, though. I think we go Sleight of Hand. Frantic or Wild Growth? Frantic. Then we'll pass. This doesn't look too bad, as long as, once again, they don't have the, like, turn 4 flurry of discard after not casting any discard. I mean, it is smart to wait until I cast cantrips to cast it, but they didn't have that in the beginning, right? You don't just not cast Duress on 1 on the draw. It's just a good way to get Sapphire Medallioned. Right, they hit the land that I didn't really care about, so I do like that. This I don't like. Oh, we have 6. Ugh. Our hand contains enough to hunting back. Okay. I mean, I think it's Frantic. I mean, I think it's Cloud of Faeries. I want the Frantic. Well, that is a bummer. Not going to play that now, at least. I'm going to filter for green. Or I should. Wild Growth. I'm going to have 2, 4, 5, 6. I will have 7. I can use Wild Growth because it's mana neutral. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I'm thinking I'm untapping 4 things. I don't know what just happened in my brain. I just counted all my lands as mana. So we could have made 2 4/4s. Does that beat this board is the question. Probably not. And now it's like meditate or bust, but our Faeries Isle is going to be gone. Alright, GG's. It's kind of the same thing that happened last time, except of course I made a mistake here, but I don't think we would have won with 2 4/4s. They can trade with one of them. Obviously a poor trade for us. While still hitting us for 3 in the air. Chopping our hand so that we can't like win off of a couple of draws. And they still have a card in hand, drawing card, bad moon in play. We weren't getting there either way. Well played, Psychadog. This is not the best matchup for us. We played against it twice. Well, I'll see you in the final round. Alright, we are back for the final round. We are on the play. And this is probably one of the better hands that we've had. Start off with Slight. Looking for action. Frantic is great. Pass. Does it make sense to play Paradise Wild Growth Sapphire? I think it turns out to be the same thing. Oh, I'll just play that. I'll go Wild Growth. I'm not loving Undiscovered Paradise, I'll say that. The Medallion. I have been impressed with Wild Growth. That is something that could potentially make this deck either comparable or better. Gaea's Blessing. Okay, well. Good thing we have 4/4s, I guess. So it's likely going to be a Sphere deck. Also bad for us. That's good. So I have 2, 3, 4. If I Frantic, I go to 2. 4, 5, 6. Hunting Pack does not get reduced by Sapphire, so I'd have to find something. Alright, well, find something. I do have to commit the land and choose my colors, but I can just use one of the green. It's fine. Alright, we found a Cloud of Faeries. It's very good. Now we can get rid of these lands. Untap, untap, untap. And colorless is fine. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can still Brainfreeze too. Cast the Cloud. Untap, tap. Brainfreeze you, and cast Hunting Pack. I mean, it's pretty good. They should probably scoop so I don't see cards out of their deck, but they do a Pernicious Deed and Humility. They're going to have 2 turns to find. Well, Humility wouldn't really do it, but Deed would be a disaster. Scooping. You have Deed in your deck, and I don't have Lethal in play, but maybe they only have 1. I don't know. This is probably going to be an impossible matchup. Definitely going to need Arcane Denial. Brainfreeze just full stop isn't going to work. Still, well, they had Factor Fiction, Humility, so it's not going to be a Sphere deck. I don't know what the heck it is, honestly. I'm just going to cut 2 Dreams, because I don't think it's good, and send it. So we basically need to have a similar type of hand, but it's more likely we're going to spend a little more time doing it, so that we can hold up a counter. This hand is excellent. It will keep. Maybe lead on Slight. I think that makes sense to do so. Because if you turn 1 Wild Growth, you're not using it. It's kind of the same as turn 2 doing it and using it. I'm going to cast the Slight. I guess it makes it so we have to make our choice on Slight with less information. It's worth noting. I don't think we need to grab Hunting Pack yet. We can go Forest, Wild Growth on Island, cast Sapphire, and hopefully pop off again. Possible I was supposed to trim a Meditate, but probably not. Important that I have 1. Ramping. Undiscovered Paradise. Alright, let's... Wild Growth. Technically I could Cloud of Faeries. Then cast Sapphire and cast Scroll. I don't think I want to do that though. You can also just cast Scroll. You can play around Naturalize. I'm not convinced that they won't just hold up Naturalize if they have it. I don't know enough about their deck to be holding Sapphire Medallion. Another Rampant Growth. That's fine. Like, Domain? I don't know what's happening. Double red. Some sort of artifact destruction? Or just some random ass threat? Burning Wish. Probably gonna be too late, right? There's gonna be something that deals with 4/4s, I would imagine. And... Strategies. 5-mana sorcery domain. Target player draws a card for each basic land type among lands they control. That is slow as shit. That's fine with me. Okay, I'm kind of pinched on blue mana. Yeah, we only have one Teferi's Isle, so I don't think I'm supposed to hold out on it here. Hold out for it. I'm gonna need more blue mana. Let's go. I guess I can meditate first. Let's meditate first. I don't think we can afford to cast 2 of those. We got our Arcane Denial. Let's cast our Cloud of Faeries. I mean, ideally we pass with multiple Arcane Denials. Shouldn't be too tough to do. Let's cast Frantic. Get rid of a couple islands. Untap these. Cast a Sleight of Hand. Not a good draw. Alright, let's Frantic again. Getting frantic over here. Alright, Snap is excellent. Don't think we can afford to cast another Meditate. Let's get rid of that. We do have to find some 4/4s. Some mana. Snap. I guess I'm not required to cast the Snap yet. Let's cast Slight. Ugh. I wanted the scroll to be able to get another Arcane Denial, but I think it has to get Frantic. Blue. Cast another Frantic. Okay. Get rid of land. And one of the Cloud of Faeries. Untap. Cast an Opt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Got plenty of mana. Okay, I'll keep an Opt. But it's getting sketchy on blue mana. I don't think I can keep another cantrip. Merchant Scroll. Now we Cloud of Faeries. Then Snap. Tap. Let me scroll for another Frantic. Do I have to go for another Meditate? I just feel like we're not going to get through multiple turns of theirs. Risky in a lot of ways. I'm going to Frantic. Not that this isn't risky at all, because it's got some risk. Mostly because we've missed pretty hard here. We've seen so many cards and still no 4/4s. Okay. Well, we're going to cycle. And we got a hit here. We did not. That's pretty incredible. We're halfway through our deck, and we bottomed a lot of stuff with like Opt, Sleight of Hand. I guess I'm going to stick around to see what they do. Did cast a Meditate. I'm going to let them draw 4. 1, because I don't think I can afford to counter it and let them draw 2. 2, because I want to see more of what is going on over there. So they would have had a Deed. That I am required to counter. I think there was a pretty reasonable chance there that we not only made the 4/4s, but also wound up passing with 2 counters up. Cast another Burning Wish. Go to their second turn. Haunting Echoes. Exile all cards in target player's graveyard other than basic land cards. For each card exiled this way, search the player's library for all cards of the same name as that and exile them. Pretty brutal. Probably going to be required to counter that, which we have 1 look for. I don't see it happening, but suppose it's non-zero. Let's cycle. Oh my god, we did hit it. That's funny. Alright. Saying there's a chance. There's the hunting pack. Cards that we needed. Alright. Cannot cast these. I still want to see what's going on over there. Guess I'll play another Sapphire Medallion. I mean, they're going to draw a bunch of cards at this, probably. Main phase of off. Fine with me, we get to take a look at what's happening. Legacy Weapon, 7 mana. Wooburg, exile a permanent. You put it into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it, shuffle it to its owner's library instead. Got it. Humility. It is just like a control deck. I guess it's Humility versus the world. We don't even beat Decree of Justice, though. I mean, we could. We basically have to draw Meditate, and then, like, all the perfects. More ramping. That's kind of like a Meditate. But look at how few cards are left in our deck. It's like all lands because we were sculpting. Yeah, this is not likely to get there. YOLO. I think this literally can't get there now. Needed something that made mana there. Okay, alright, game 3. I don't want Xanad Swarm, though. Not really counter spells. Hydroblast? It stops Burning Wish. Probably better than Rushing River. Better than the other Dreams. That's probably it, though. Alright, we're on the play. Sure. I think this card just always needs to be at least the 2 of. No matter what. Even playing Simic is way too good. Alright, they kept on 7. Like, when you're going off and holding a land drop, sounds worth it to do it if you have 2 of these, but with 1, it's like pretty sketchy to try to wait around and find it. Okay, I don't hate the Arcane Denial draw. This is one of the cards that we're pretty much going to need eventually in our sequence. I would really like to find one more land, though. Probably going to wind up passing, and Teferi's going to phase out again. Could scroll for an opt. Try to find a land drop. Could just cycle. Could cast Cloud of Faeries. That lets me hold up Arcane Denial. There's nothing I'm really going to want to denial. Alright, I'm going to get an opt. And cast it. No thank you. Got it. Okay. A little sloppy, but I think we're doing okay. We're going to fetch. Rampant growth. Alright, they almost have domain. Island is not bad. Not bad at all. Actual domain. Well played. Could just end step and meditate. Actually sounds really good here. I get to untap with Faeries Isle. Does give them a turn. Fields down. We might just have a Pyroblast too. No? We did not hit a cost reducer. But we will have Faeries Isle. Cloud of Fairies. Probably be able to find one. Slamming a main phase Foff. Harari's Wake. Interesting. Sweet deck. Give them Forest and Burning Wish. Took the Forest and the Burning Wish, they played a plane, so they have Forest and Burning Wish in their hand. Probably got some sort of Naturalize here, but I don't know, their deck is weird. They might not. And we didn't even find a Wild Growth either. Feel like I'm supposed to lead on Impulse. Looking for, yes, either Wild Growth or Cost Reducer. Play the Wild Growth. Cast Cloud of Fairies. Cast Snap. Tap on tap. Cast Cloud of Fairies. Untap, untap. Cast. Snap. I guess I can afford to cycle one of these. Could have also done like end step hunting pack stuff. Because technically we still can. Alright, we found a cost reducer. That's interesting. I'm gonna play it. Play Cloud of Fairies again. Untap, untap. Snap. I can snap my Cloud of Fairies. I have another land drop. Snap my Cloud of Fairies without tapping these. And I get to untap these. Yeah, I think I don't need more total mana. And I can set up a end step hunting pack as well. 2, 4, 5. Actually, I can do that right now too. I think I just pass like this. Because I'm going to have Arcane Denial and another hunting pack situation. It's turned out pretty nice, actually. Let's see what they want to do here. Helm is looking pretty good for him, but I will let Burning Wish go. You get Wrath of God, play a land. So let's say we let this go. Well, I'd have to snap in response. Then that would be 3. I'd have 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 mana. I could leave up Arcane Denial. Storm would be 3, 4. So I can't make lethal. So let's Arcane Denial this. And then we'll use that as a backup plan. And they just said GG. Yeah, because if they, let's say they deed, well, they could just hold it. So deed would have been a problem. And we were actually one storm shy of putting lethal on board with a counter up in response to Wrath of God. Having said that, they probably would have cast another spell. But I don't know. We did get there. Okay. Takeaways. Nostalgic Dreams was just as bad as I thought it would be. Undiscovered Paradise was about par for the course. Like, I don't think it belongs. You can just play a couple of... Oh, you can't play Misty Rainforest, can you? I gotta say, that's the one really weird thing about this format. I think it should have all the fetches. I think they should literally just make an exception. I'd have to talk or ask people in the community, but I can't imagine people would be against it. It is very silly that not all the combinations of colors of fetches are in the format. With that in mind, I don't think you need as much green anyways, because I don't think you should be playing Nostalgic Dreams. But Wild Growth, now that was good. Very good. You can also play some number of petals to help with Hunting Pack in Wild Growth. Notably, Helm helps cast Hunting Pack, but Sapphire Medallion doesn't. It came up a little bit. We hit some bad matchups. That's for sure. I mean, we won that one, but I wouldn't say it's particularly good. They've made deck guys Blessing and a lot of sweepers. But maybe they are just like too slow and clunky, and it's going to wind up most of the time being like it was there. Nice to know that we can manage to set up that sort of thing, making 4/4s and passing with counter spells up. The Meditate Hunting Pack situation was actually surprisingly okay. Like, I think you could totally make the argument that playing 2 Meditate to help with that problem, we'll call it, is just too few Meditate. When you are going for Brainfreeze, you really want to have access to them. And you do tend to want to cast one of them going for Hunting Pack lines. Especially post-board, it allows you to set up Arcane Denial. But if I were to be rebuilding this and being serious about it, I don't think I'd be playing Undiscovered Paradise. I'd be playing 2 to 3 to Faeries Isle. I might just play a forest, another forest. Like, cut these 2, play second Isle, second forest, something like that. Personally, I'd probably cut Impulse and just play the 4th Opt. In fact, I'll just add those, cut that. I mean, I don't mind Impulse, but I don't think I'd play it over the Opt. But I get why having... I mean, there was one time where we did search for it with Scroll. So, I don't know. I could guess... I could go either way with that. Cut the Dreams. Play a couple Deep Analysis, even without the Dreams. And I'd probably still just play a second Brainfreeze in the main. I like the 4th Arcane Denial. Play Chain of Vapor over Unsummon. I don't know how I feel about Xanad Swarm, but I don't have anything off the top of my head that I would necessarily do there. I mean, you could just play Cunning Wish. Immediately, you could replace Rushing River with it and then have something in your sideboard for it. And then you could go at, like, 1 Brainfreeze, cut River, play 2 Cunning Wish, and then cut the Xanted Swarms for your other Brainfreeze back in, and then you can play a couple Cunning Wish targets. Probably want a Turnabout, like 1 in the main even. Maybe it's fine to just go to 1 Deep Analysis. And then, I don't know, just play like a Tormod's Crypt or something. I'd have to dig in more about the sideboard, but if I were to play this again, I think I would try this for a 60. But hey, thanks again, Andy. I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I think the idea is pretty sweet. We had some sweet games, some tough matchups. Still pulled off a couple of wins, though. Don't forget, if you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe. And if you want your deck played on the channel, look in the description. The directions as to how you can do that. Till then, keep on storming.